Okay, we're live.
Hold on. Hello?
As Jamie answers the phone.
Well, it was a kid's school. It was just an automated response. I had to make sure that there weren't any kids bleeding or broken bones.
That's okay. That's
But it was just an automated phone. Hey guys, so what we're going to be doing today is we are working on our pinners conference projects. We're kind of last minute people.
Well, we're last minute because everything is up to the minute.
Yeah, I scheduled 3 days for Zeb to make 180 candlesticks, and we're making we've made.
You can see the stack of mermaids back here.
Yeah.
There's like twice this many out in the garage.
We've made 100 and how many of these kits?
183. I'm gonna make like 10, 15 more.
Yeah, so we'll have made 190 mermaids for that and 180 candlesticks by the time we're done.
Yep.
We thought we would run through, show you what we're doing for the class, and kind of do a trial run because we haven't even done that. Like I did the mermaid months ago, like 6 months ago, and I haven't thought about it since then. So I probably should do it again so I know what I'm teaching.
So she got this little brush that we're gonna give 180 people, and I just don't know.
I think it's gonna work for a dry brush.
I don't know. So we're gonna try it out. It's like a 3-cent brush down at Walmart.
Oh, it says the picture's really blurry, and it is.
Oh, I don't know what's going on with that. Let me see if I can fix it.
What internet are you on? Are you on Wi-Fi?
Yeah, hang on guys, I'm gonna touch the screen here.
We're gonna switch our internet real quick. Hello from Michigan.
Let's see if that messes things up too bad. See if that fixes it. Give it a second.
Oh, yeah. No, it's
better. Trying. All right, now we're live. Okay, so Pinners Conference coming up. Friday, Saturday classes. Is this the Friday class?
This is Saturday class.
This is Saturday's class.
I think Saturday at 2:30. Let me look up the times.
And this isn't glued on yet, which is why
it's at the Del Mar Fairgrounds if you're from San Diego.
So this is the Little Mermaid, literally little. And then we're just going to put it on this backer board. By the time we're done, this is going to look like old kind of beachy driftwood, hopefully. We'll see how it goes this morning. That's why we're doing this trial run, because like Jamie said, it's been 6 months since we actually did the projects.
So this is the reclaimed mermaid sign, and this is our class that's Saturday at 2:30. And this is the farmhouse candlestick class, and this class is Friday at 5 o'clock.
Look how big that is.
So if you're in the San Diego, California area, we'd love to see you. I think it's too late to sign up online, but we have plenty of spaces open. You can get in the day of for sure. So definitely come see us. We'd love to see you. In fact, our numbers are a little low. So bring your neighbors, bring your friends, bring your family. If you're in the San Diego area, come see us next Friday and Saturday at Pinners Conference. And if you forget these times, if you just go to Pinners Conference San Diego and look up classes, you'll find our farmhouse candlestick class Friday at 5, mermaid reclaim sign at 2:30, and there's a bunch of other really fun Pinterest inspired classes.
Yeah, that always happens though. Like the pre-sales are always, and then we get there and we're like, oh.
Once people see how cool our stuff is. Well, I'm not gonna lie, my pictures weren't super impressive. We were super busy. It was when we were remodeling the kitchen is when I shot the photos. And I just kind of...
So, you want me to dry brush this whole thing with this little brush?
Yeah, and this.
This is how we're taking up the full hour.
First, I want you to paint this. So, I'm practicing. I'm teaching Zeb. Paint this with bohemian blue.
All right.
Paint the mermaid. Now, when you paint it, hold it like this and paint all the edges, then paint the top. You'll get less paint on your fingers.
Okay.
Okay, and I am using white swan, and I'm painting this candlestick. Normally, we use chip brushes, but last time, the chip brushes left hairs. Because they're cheap.
They were brand new. They hadn't been broken in.
So I'm using foam brushes this time. Well, there were those.
Are we close enough? Can you guys see what we're doing? Do we need to bring the camera in?
I'm using white swan this time too, which is great because it pretty much covers in one coat.
Sorry if you guys are commenting. We don't have comments up yet on Jamie's.
I do, but I have to paint, so I'll look in a minute.
Yeah.
We're also going to try distressing with a sponge.
Yeah, we used sandpaper last time and it was kind of...
Well, if you're not used to sanding, some of these women, we had all women, were not strong enough to use the sandpaper. So I thought if we used a sponge, it might be easier to wet distress. And I just saw one of my friends, Becca from Miller's Crossing, use a sponge the other day. And I posted about it on the Jami Ray Vintage group page, and everybody said it works amazing. So I'm gonna try it out. And I figured I should probably try it out before I'm in front of 200 people. What do you think? I'm sorry, my glasses are like, these are not my regular glasses.
She sat on her glasses.
No, I stepped on my glasses last night and broke them, so I'm gonna try to go
literally
today.
In half. I wanted to tape them together for her so she could get those good vibes going.
Yeah, so these glasses are horrible. These are we got 2 pairs, and this was like the one that was basically free, and they don't have anything extra. They fall off my face. I'm praying that I can get 1-day glasses or 2-day glasses, because we have to leave Thursday morning, and I don't want to take these. I have contacts, but I have really dry eyes, and it's hard. It's hard for me to wear them, and yeah. Anyways. So these
she broke her glasses.
I broke my glasses. Yesterday was not a good day for us. Not a solid day.
I don't know. I did all right.
You broke your bandsaw.
Oh, I just broke the band.
You broke the band.
And I knew it was happening. I knew it was coming.
We had to buy a $500 chop saw because you couldn't cut through the wood for these.
Those candlesticks are big, and it was going to literally take me about 4 days just to cut them.
Just to cut them, yeah. And then the day started with Redrick crying because he didn't want to go back to school and he doesn't want us to leave.
Yeah, it was spring break last week, and he wasn't ready to go back.
I needed a mental health day. I did paint a really pretty, I'll show you guys in community later, I painted a really pretty dresser, and I didn't film it or anything. I just needed some paint therapy. Needed some paint release. I don't know if you guys ever paint just to relax, but I do. And it's easy to relax when I'm not filming myself.
Alright, got this Mermaid boho blue. It almost looks black in the lighting this morning on the camera, but it's like a deep navy, but funner than navy. I don't know how to describe it.
Funner than navy? It's not navy, it's like,
yeah, well, it's
like a jewel tone.
There you go. That's the word I'm looking for.
And this is really concentrated because that paint, the lid wasn't very on, and so it was like thick. We had to reconstitute the paint because I didn't have the lid on for months. I haven't used it in a while.
Well, it wasn't on tight.
It wasn't on, yeah, it wasn't on tight. Okay, so there we go. That's painted. We'll let that dry. Let's go ahead and do the dry brushing on this. Zeb's gonna pull up comments.
I'll see what everybody's
saying. The thing about these brushes is they were 30 brushes for 97 cents. And I already spent so much money on supplies, so I'm gonna try dry brushes for this.
So everyone's saying hi. We got the blurry picture fixed. Okay.
Look, I'm dry brushing with a brush that cost, when you get 30 for 97 cents, how much does that make this brush? 3 cents?
Was it 30 for 97 cents?
Yeah, 30 for 97 cents.
Yeah, like 3 cents. How's it working? Are
Fine.
you going to have to, alright, you just need to get the paint on there.
I just need to get the paint kind of on there, and then I'll show you. We'll use the sponge. Now.
So Harrington has taken over the chat.
Oh, thank you, Harrington.
Harrington, when are you doing a piece with Mom and Dad? We can work that out. He actually has taken shop a couple years, and he's pretty handy.
Alright.
He won't learn from me, you know, typical teenager. Dad can't show him anything.
I'm just getting the paint on there. And I'm going to squirt it with my squirt bottle. Try to blend it in with my sponge. We're just trying to make it look aged. And I actually think it works because it helps you not get too much paint on there.
Oh, here, they can't see what you're doing.
I'm using a damp sponge.
So she just kind of put the paint on, and now she's blending it into the wood. Can you see, Jamie? Look.
Yeah.
No, like.
Oh, can I see? Yes, they can
I know
see.
You can see. Can they see?
Okay. And then I'm going to come back through and just add some. You can totally do this with a 3-cent brush. I mean, I don't know, you could do more than one, but that's okay because that's all we need is one. And then.
Oh, your phone's in low power mode. It already turned off on me.
Oh, sorry. I got a new power cord last night. See, everything's not working. I got a new power cord last night. I didn't charge my phone. Harrington can tell you, last night I was pretty grumpy when my glasses broke. He was in the room when I discovered. I was laying down with the boys trying to get them to sleep, and he was gaming and being loud, and I hopped out of bed because I was mad that he was being loud gaming out in the living room, and I didn't realize I stepped on him, and then he came in there to talk to me, and I was all angry, and then Redrick's like, hey Mom, you broke your glasses. Oh, Redrick. And I did.
So you're just adding some more highlights?
Yeah, I'm just highlighting it. Sorry, I'm not talking about what I'm doing. Really, I'm just trying to give it like an aged look. So
I feel like we need more.
When it dries, it'll dry lighter. But this is the board that I did. And this is this board. So it looks pretty similar.
Oh, it actually is pretty easy to dry brush with this.
Yeah, because you can't
the whole brush is dry.
Well, and you can't get too much. It really helps you to not get too much paint on there.
Yeah.
So
this is the little brush we're using to do this. This will be what's in class.
And we'll use this. First we'll use this on this. And then I'll wash them out, and the next day we can use them for this class.
There you go.
Double duty. I hate wasting stuff. So there you go. I dry brushed this and made it look old with a 3-cent brush. That's pretty impressive.
So it was just stained. What was it, number 2?
Real stain number 2. And we'll have all of our...
the board will be pre-stained.
The board will come pre-stained to them. So, and they can actually wet it to reactivate it, and then they can dry brush it. Yeah. But anyway, so that's that. Our Mermaid is drying.
Mermaid's not quite dry. You can see how dark it starts, and then it kind of lightens up a little bit there.
Okay, and what they can do with that, though, it's okay that it's not quite drying because I like to reactivate it anyway. So I'm going to reactivate that paint, and then we're going to add in. So in class, we're going to have mermaid tail, but I don't have any at home. My class got shipped straight to Debbie's Design Diary, which is like 5 minutes from the venue. Oh, this is like...
Is this the same?
That's solidified. Let me get some other paint. I really should keep the lids on my paint.
We were super prepared for a Tuesday morning here. You can see, yesterday we didn't even get a video done. It was like 8:30, and Jamie was like, you want to go live? I'm like, I'm kind of in the middle of cutting out 180 mermaids. So can I pass until the morning?
All right, let's add some other colors in.
All right.
So I'm thinking, though...
Oh, this one's good.
Well, yeah, I used it yesterday.
Oh, okay.
That I know. And
I had to kneel down, so I'm in the picture.
Oh, well, all they're getting is my cute new shirt that I got at Old Navy yesterday.
Cool.
I've got vacation on my mind. I've got palm trees on my shirt. Okay, so let's move all this stuff out of the way so they can actually see what I'm doing. When I do this for the class, they have a camera, and it comes down in, and then it displays it on the big screen.
Can you do this, Kim Cook asks, can you do this with something that has already been sealed with wax, or does she need to sand it off?
For what?
Like something like this, the aging, I'm guessing.
You need to be able to blend it.
Yeah,
so.
It probably need to be sanded.
So I'm just taking my foam sponge, and I'm just
Shannon's
sponging.
Watching us from work.
Who?
Shannon's watching us from work.
I'm just Shannon who?
Madrid.
Oh, I thought it was like a Shannon that I'm like Shannon, Mike's wife? She doesn't work. Okay, anyway. So I'm just taking my brush. I should be telling you what I'm doing. I'm just taking my brush and sponging on these other colors because I want it to look kind of underwater-ish. In class we're gonna use mermaid tail and I believe mint chip. I can't remember what I ordered. It really doesn't take much paint. Now you just take your squirt bottle and squirt it. And just blend those colors up, and then you just kind of let them drip down. I don't remember what the original mermaid looked like, but anyways, this is what I bought, like 1,000,002 squirt bottles. If you take your finger and just go around the edge of with the kind of watered down paint, it just kind of blends that.
We're gonna have to have like wet wipes so they can clean up.
Yeah, I'll go to Costco and get wet wipes. Isn't that cool? And then once that dries, we're gonna come back through. Actually that's way cooler than the one that I did for the trial.
Yeah, the drips are cool.
The drips are cool. I didn't squirt it like that. And I actually like the foam brush for stippling the paint on, because you kind of get like a, can you guys see this? Underwater effect. Anyways, okay. Once that dries, then we can do the dry brush that we did on that, if they want to.
Yeah. And then we're gonna be gluing it on in class. This dries pretty quickly. It tacks in about 5 minutes, so it should be able to be done. And
well, let's go ahead and
here,
glue this on here.
I'm gonna bring the camera back up. You're gonna show them what you're doing with the candlestick.
Yeah, can you rinse out my sponge?
Yep. Crystal Clegg says she's watching us while painting.
I talk about so many things I'm distracting. I promise when I teach the actual class, it will all be business. Trust me, I'm distracting myself. All right, where's the glue at?
The glue is right there. You wanted me to wash this out?
Yeah, this is what, you guys are getting the trial run. Yeah. All right, so I'm just gonna put some glue on here because we can dry brush it after I've glued it down in place. But we want the glue to be dry before they leave. We have an hour to do the class, which it looks like it would go pretty quick, but when you're teaching 200 people how to do something, it doesn't always go as quick as one might hope. All right, that's pretty centered. All right, we're gonna let that dry. All right, while that dries, we'll come over to this part. This is the other class. This is our farm stick candle class. So I'm just gonna take this damp sponge. I'm gonna come back over this and wet distress this. Oh, it needs more water.
It needs more water.
Needs more water.
Spray it.
And it will be a little better in class because they'll have probably waited a little longer for their paint to dry. I guess we could spray it because that's... We may have to use sandpaper. I don't know if this is gonna work because we don't have a lot of time for it to dry. Usually you paint it and then you wait. Oh, that's working. Yeah. Usually you paint it and then you wait a couple hours to start distressing.
To do the wet distress.
Yeah. Oops, I got bohemian blue on my fingers. It's getting on there.
That's all right. You're trying to crunch 2 classes into like 5 minutes now.
Oh my goodness. I promise if you come to San Diego, the class will be better. All right, my fingers have blue on them. Do you want to do this?
Sure.
I'm gonna wash my hands. Well, and doing one class at a time is easier.
This wood really took this paint. You might have to get sandpaper. I mean, it's coming off, but it's just like blending it lightly. It's more like a gray instead of actually distressing it.
Yeah, I think we'll have to use sandpaper. Well, that's good to know. But we have the sponges, so we can use them for the other class.
Oh, Susan, that sounds like a fun project. Changing table into a bar. Nice. Where's it gonna end up at? Are you selling it or are you keeping it? Yeah, it's just moving the paint. It's not taking it off.
It's giving a really cool effect though.
Is it making it lighter?
It looks kind of like those candlesticks we have in our bedroom.
Oh, nice.
Maybe we'll just do this look. We'll give them an option. They can either use sandpaper or a sponge.
So
you should really, it depends on the look you're going for. I usually wait till something is completely dry before I distress it. It really makes it difficult when you're teaching in class and you only have 1 hour. But honestly, in class, like we've only been how many minutes? 15 minutes?
Yeah, we've got an hour or so.
In class, we have an hour. So normally when I'm doing the candlestick class, we get right to business. We get started painting and then we let it dry for about 20 minutes and I actually teach them about chalk paint, clay paint, milk paint. We talk about techniques. I ask for questions. I just give them some basic furniture painting information. I usually show a few YouTube videos and then we come back and distress. So I think in class this will probably work a little bit better.
Yeah. So this kind of is just thinned it out. So we may have some bigger candlesticks like we did in our room makeover. We may be adding some bigger ones because I found a source for the larger wood other than just random tree limbs that I cut down.
Yeah, it's a little hard to source wood when you have to look for broken down
But
trees.
I found a place up in Salt Lake that carries big timbers, and that's what we're making these out of, hence the new saw, because my little saw couldn't cut these. But we may be adding bigger candlesticks to the website because most of them are they're not super small, but they're not this big around either.
If you're just joining us, we're running through our Pinners Conference classes.
Let me rinse this out.
2 classes in 1. We're going to Pinners Conference in San Diego next weekend. We're doing a farm stick candlestick class, that one. is going to be Friday night at 5, and then Saturday at 2:30 we're going to do the mermaid class. Hopefully it's starting to stick. I can show you guys. Oh look, it's drying. So this is the other class. As soon as this dries all the way, we'll put some white on there.
Here,
well, that's good to know that it dries that quick, because I was worried that
yeah, it tacks in about 5 minutes, and then it takes a couple hours to cure. But just bring this in close so you guys can see it.
I think I want to do the class like this though. I love the way that blends together.
You like it how it's kind of just bringing the gray wood tones back through?
It makes it look really naturally aged. So I'll bring sandpaper in case they decide they want to use sandpaper instead. I like to give people options. You have like the one way you do it, and then usually people in class will come up with their own idea. Yeah, we definitely Zeb in class. Once they get that mermaid done and blended, we gotta get
Here, let me bring that close so they can see it.
So that way it can dry, and then we'll do the dry brush.
So that's that cool drippy effect with the spraying it and the blending of the paints. It turned out really neat.
Talisha is processing dental claims. Talisha, I hear your pain because I used to work in the mortgage industry. My last job was pre-underwriting and disclosing, so I had to like analyze a bunch of stuff, and after a while I was like, I'm gonna poke my eye out. I always need something interesting to watch. Sorry. We won't be sealing these in class because there's no way to have enough time to seal it and let it dry. So I always tell my people in class that if they're going to be putting it outside or they're worried about it getting dirty, they can wax it or seal it later. But this is just decor, and most of the time it doesn't matter. That turned out cool.
Can you guys see these wood grains here coming through?
No, I like that. Let's do that in class.
Okay. And then where I didn't sand it good because I was hurrying, I'll sand that better for the class.
If we don't sell all of our class kits, we will definitely be offering them online.
Yeah, we'll put them up on the website.
Yeah, we'll have the mermaids online, and maybe we'll just do just the mermaids, maybe not the blanks, unless people want. I guess they might want both.
Yeah.
So we'll see how many we have left over, and we'll offer them to you guys. We actually talked about that. If we've got leftover stuff, we'll offer it to you guys too. And
well,
if
last
you
year
guys
we had like 40 candlestick sets left over. So what did I make, like 200 something sets?
I think we had like we had a lot. We had a lot of sets left over. But we've sold them all year long they're gone. In our shop. So.
Well, thanks for joining us this morning, guys. You got any more questions before we take off and start making more candlesticks?
This is actually a really fun technique that you could do with the cutout wood that you get at the craft stores too. Mm-hmm. Like even if you don't have these mermaids, the way I stippled that and the water, and if you're wondering what I sprayed on there, it was just water, and that really blends the DIY paints. So it turned out cool. All right, guys. No, don't go. Sorry. I actually have to be at the shop in 15 minutes, so I've got to go. But we have a video coming up today. We don't know what, but it's going to be a quick tip, and it'll be up tonight. So
Angie, real quick, Angie Blackman, we have a sharing group. It's called Jami Ray Vintage group on Facebook. Go answer the 2 questions that we ask. It's a private group, so we have to accept your application, but just come and join.
It looks exactly
and then you can share all the pictures you want. It's a really fun community. If we don't see it or get to it, there's a ton of people that'll answer a lot of questions in there that have some really good pointers and tips. So
yeah, it's a really great group. Also, if you're interested in any of the DIY paints we used today, go to jamirayvintage.com. We used Real Stain No. 2, Bohemian Blue, Apothecary, Mint Chip, and White Swan.
Yeah.
And proof that you can dry brush with a 3-cent brush. Now, I don't think that you could probably do a big project with this, but for crafting it works.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't want to do like a whole
I saved $100 by buying these.
So those are the 2 classes. It should be fun.
If you're interested, if you're in the San Diego area, come by and see us. We'd love to meet you. Bye, guys. Oh, don't forget to hit the notifications button so you don't miss our quick tip.
Oh yeah, did you tell them we're even doing that?
Yeah, well, I mentioned it a little earlier. Hold on, don't go yet. Be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Jami Ray Vintage for more DIY.
See you guys.
Bye.